Yeah, nobody thinks or realizes I haven't been blonde since I was 19. And then I started going through every shade of brown and red and black. Like, I went all the way to, like, I've been all over the place. I had a little bit of purple in my hair for a while, but the most unnatural color I've done is like an orangish, like copper red or pumpkin. I was trying to be pumpkin, like orange for a while. But yeah, so my dark hair is also because of my grandmother. Half my family is blonde, the other half has dark hair. So it would make sense in my features that it would fit. I came out blonde with the genetic dice, but I look a lot more like my grandmother or my aunt. There's different features that really pop out when I'm blonde. I look a lot like my mother, and I would say like there's certain features on like my dad's side that come out. But yeah, my grandmother has black hair, like had natural like dark hair. So yeah. Anyway, we were talking about I want to get on here and talk about, because you said like hair ritual. So I want to talk more about like the ritual side of things, because I feel like it's significant, especially on a feminine perspective. But it doesn't even have to be that. It's just about like self-care and aligning your so in OT we call them ADLs. It's activities of daily living. So it's your basic foundation of needs to take care of yourself as a human. And so connecting that to spirituality and these symbolic representations of energy. So that's why I try to be incredibly intentional about the days that I wash my hair, and I try to plan those days around events and all of the above, because sometimes you can't control the timing of stuff, but it's about you connecting to time through the seasonal cycles, which are then mirrored in representation of like symbolism, energies. That's where we get the Sabbaths. That's where the days of the week, like all of the labels of calendars of cycles that we connect to. And I connect that to self-care and my activities of daily living and all of these. This is like how I plan my day, with spiritual intention and connection within like a grounded reality or whatever. So today, as you will see, I think it's very obvious, my hair is disgusting. It's not really gross, it's really not that bad, it's just been really humid, so then to me it feels worse than it is, and it's really knotted because I haven't brushed it. But today's Friday, it's Venus Day, it's Heart Chakra Friday is what I call it. So for me, as a Leo moon, the moon representing the heart chakra, I like to wash my hair and do like a whole self-care routine on Fridays. As a child, I always did it on Sunday because it was like the end/beginning of the week, and I was getting ready for school on Monday, and I was going to start Monday fresh, which that also makes sense because it's crown chakra day. And so I try to do Sundays and Fridays washing my hair. Sometimes I'll do Thursday because it's connected to the third eye, and it's still like cleansing your scalp. So then it's kind of in like a cleansing ritual in that sense, because your hair is an extension of your body. It's like an extension of your sensory system. So then there's, again, more Venus energy, Taurus energy, that sensuality. They say your hair holds memories. I try to align haircuts with full moons, and that's if I'm creating the intention. Sometimes things happen in life, and then I like to reflect. I'm like, okay, well, what's the moon in? What's this happening astrologically? Why did, like you said you chemically fried your hair. So what happened last year? What was the timing of last year when your hair fried and you had to chop it? What were you releasing? Because every haircut is a release. So like my hair right now, I had the first haircut I've had in a year. It was like a year and a half almost. So my haircut was a month ago, and it was a year and a half since I had a haircut. Taurus, Paul, he was the last person to chop my hair. I needed a good chop. So it went from being like right above my butt to back to my belly button. So it was a good, like, I would say 3 inches. I really don't know. Don't ask me measurements. I'm not savvy in that. So I was like, but it was a big chop, and I was thinking about it, and I was like, when did I start growing out my hair? What is this? It was probably some of the last, like, bleached ends that got chopped off, because I've had haircuts over the years, and I've been growing out my hair for like 5 years now. And so that chop was the last of my hair that was a part, part of before my husband. It was that part of my hair before this huge change in my life, where I had my first psychedelic trip, and I did this, and I did, like, there was so much happening in 2020 when I went from being fried, like, not really fried, my hair was healthy. Paul and I took very good care of my hair, coloring it, but it's still bleached, it was still colored red, which there is, it's I would say sensitive, fragile hair. But I went from doing that to going all black again, and just maintaining black, and I was growing out my hair, and so all of that red, all of that bleach, that was estimated to probably be the last chop of that, the last release of that. And in this year of the snake, that's huge for me, because of the memory stored, the connection stored, all the healing that I'm doing, like, all, it just keeps like layering on top of itself. And I'm pretty sure we aligned it with the full moon, or is it a last quarter? It was a releasing moon. I do remember that. At this moment in time, I can't remember. I'm sure I wrote about it in my lunar memoir, right? That's where I know all of these like little changes, or like synchronicities of time. But I was partially in control of that, but I was also like itching for it. I was like crawling out of my skin, so uncomfortable with how long my hair was, and I needed a big chop like that. And I have felt so much better since doing that. Now I'm realizing I need like some type of face frame, because the bang part being one length, it's getting too long and in the way, and I need it to kind of just like chill out a little bit. But even that, I have plans on like ritualizing that. So that's like the Glamour Magick. You just ritualize everything. It's saying an affirmation when you wash your face, but specifically to the hair care, I ritualize all of it because of what the hair represents and hair length represents. There's quite a few different myths in different indigenous and pagan cultures of like what the hair represents, and the moments of when you cut your hair, like their rites of initiation and all kinds of things. So I think it's really important to anoint your hair on your crown. It's like a protective layer, but not necessarily like a mask. It's like a force field, a shield, and it attaches to like helping your aura and things like that. Like black hair represents protection, dark divine feminine, the yin energy. There's a lot that you could go into with having black hair. So the color you choose for your hair can also represent something significant. It's on my website I have like I added a free read section, so that way it's easier to kind of decipher through my packed blog. But I have like a hair protection oil, and you just you add your own specifications to like that foundation, and that personalizes it. So then that way nobody knows your recipe, and it's it's personal to you, but you can also share. Like I tell people, you don't know what combination at what time I'm using, so that's like the protection element is, I share with everybody what the ingredients are, and I adapt it. And personalize it. I personalize mine. This is just a solid foundation of elements and then you personalize it, and then no one knows what you're doing at what time. They can't target you. They can't hit you with any of their evil eye, blah, blah, blah. So, and then your hair acting as a shield of protection with that. So not only do you add like the hair oil like for protection, that it nourishes your hair, you're building a relationship with your hair in a more authentic way. Like this is my dream hair. I've dreamed of having long black hair for a very long time, and I don't know why I never let myself have it. And now that I put in the effort to make sure I have it without fear of ridicule or judgment from anybody, like I'm happy. My husband loves it. In fact, he's like, don't ever go back blonde. And I was like, because this is more me. He's in love with me, and this is me. And it shows like a deep connection to my ancestry and a level of respect, even though it is unnatural. But I still try to naturalize myself in sync with when I engage in first world self-expressions. I align with ancient rituals of time and earth cycles. So that's my little spiel on ritualizing it. So I highly recommend everyone to ritualize all of their self-care.